Guys, Austin here,
Landon,
and today we're going to go over another Rekey video. Today we're going to be doing a deadbolt lock. I don't remember the brand name on it, just a generic deadbolt lock that I bought off of Amazon, and it was extras from a job that I had. So with this style deadbolt, okay, it looks normal up here. On the back end here, see this guy right here? So like you guys saw in the other video, I had to take a C-clip off. This is kind of that in this sense. And you'll see it's got all these little tiny ridges or whatever. And on, let's see, you can kind of see, maybe not. There's a little pin right there. You have to depress that and then turn it at the same time. So the best thing to do is there's this tool right here. You can get these in Rekey kits off of Amazon. That's where I got this. But you just take this guy and you slide it over that middle piece right here. Slide it over, line all the little divots in, then push down and turn it. Doesn't take very long. Comes right off. And then you're gonna have this piece. And then on the back end here where this hole is, that little tiny hole, there's gonna be this little guy. And there's also a spring in there. Just dump it in your hand. Set it to the side where you're not gonna lose it. Visible area, not my workbench. It's wood and it's got like wood filler on it and it just looks like crap.
it's a work in progress right now.
Once you take it off, you're going to take your key, insert it, rotate your cylinder just like halfway pretty much, and then you're going to take this sleeve, I mentioned this in the other video, this sleeve guy here, you're going to put it right on the back end there, okay? And just as you're pushing the sleeve in, you're going to kind of hold the key side so it doesn't slip. And you can get different size sleeves for different cylinders. This one doesn't seem like it wants to go.
I think mine's fatter than yours,
No,
so mine wouldn't work.
Yours is smaller.
Is mine smaller?
Yeah, I remember that's how we used it.
Oh.
We're going to take a commercial break. We're back. Okay, so I was going to try and sand this down a little bit, but that's going to pretty much ruin it. I just need to get a smaller one. So we're going to show you guys a different way. And this is going to be kind of good so that, say, if you don't have a sleeve, it's just kind of a longer process because then you got to put the springs and the top pins back in. It's not as easy as it sounds. So with this, you're just going to slide this out. Be careful when you do it too, because your springs and your top pins are going to want to fall out. So usually do it close to the surface you're working on. Just pull it out. And as you can see, oh, there they go. Okay.
Yep.
Oh wait, how are we going to do this? The sleeve won't go in.
Try it without the, without everything, without the thing. Just put it in like this.
Too big.
Oh yeah.
And we're back again. So yeah, I sanded it down. I had to get a drill and yeah, so
Yeah.
But now it fits. So when you do this, okay, so I'm not actually going to rekey it. We're just going to use the same keys, kind of like I did in the other video. You have your pins in, okay, see the pins are in, and when you put your key in, they're all lined up nice and good. So you can set that to the side because it's done. Now Landon's going to show you how to do this part, putting your springs and top pins back in.
Coolio! So when you're putting your springs and your top pins back in, you're going to take your sleeve, and the way it's going to go, a bunch of the sleeves you can get have like this divot end.
Which is used for other Rekey
Yeah.
cylinders.
I like to use this, but we can't really use it today because this side won't fit because we had to sand it down.
Well, you don't want to use that side with this style anyways.
Yeah. So what you want to do is you want to put your sleeve in just to the very edge, the very tip, so you can, and then look at it from the front. I don't know if you can see it
another way,
but you'll see.
Here, do this. So as you're putting it in, see the little holes right there? That's where your top pins and your springs are going. Your spring goes in first, and then your top pin on top of that. And so as you're putting this in, you're only gonna slide it in before you hit that first hole, so you can put your spring and your top pin in that first hole, and then you'll work your way. And as you're working your way, you're gonna slide the sleeve through.
Yeah. So you want to get it right before your first pin. Take your tweezers. Make sure it's straight on there. Put it in. Go ahead. That's fine. I'm losing springs. Go ahead and take it. And they keep escaping me. There we go. This one's better. We're having technical difficulties on this one. There we go. Coolio. So you can see how the spring is in the first cylinder right there. Go ahead and make sure you have your slide ready to go. And then you're going to take your top pin right there, and you're going to gently push down the spring with the top pin.
And this is something that kind of takes a process. It takes some time. So just know if you get in a situation like you're going to be doing this for a minute, once you do it enough, it gets a little bit easier every time. Kind of, I guess.
Kind of. There are some locks have different top pin depths. Some of them make it easier because your springs won't go up as high, so you don't have to push down with the top pin as much. This one is a pretty short depth, so it makes it a lot more difficult because the spring wants to go up like almost halfway.
Yeah, because depending on the cylinder you got, there are some of them that have different size springs, but for the most part, all springs are going to be about the same size in every cylinder. So, for your home and stuff. Do you need a hand?
Yeah, this one sucks.
I'll hold this.
Okay, bring it back a bit.
Like towards you.
Towards you.
What are you looking for?
Could I get another? Could I get your screwdriver real quick?
Small one.
Yeah. Because the springs on this one are, or the depth is lower and the springs want to go out a lot, it's going to be a two-person job. Yeah, this works. Okay. So he needs to hold the slide in place while I use the tweezers to set the top pin in the hole, in the cylinder. And then I'm going to use this to completely depress the top pin onto the spring. All sorts of cattywampus.
Yeah, when you do it, if you got some tweezers that can squeeze really tight, it's a lot
These
better.
ones don't want to squeeze tight, yeah.
If you got some really small pliers, these tweezers are kind of flimsy, but
Cool. Just like that.
so what he did is, as he was putting the tweezers in, and he finally got it depressed far enough, he put the screwdriver in between the center of the tweezers, so right in the middle to where it fit, so he could push down on the pin. And then as he did that, I pushed the sleeve in.
So yeah, like this. Right in the center, like that.
Okay, next.
There's the other spring. Thought I lost it. Oh, that one is much better. I guess they should be all cut to the same depth, but this one isn't, because the spring went all the way in.
While we're doing this, I'm going to kind of talk about our job a little bit that we did today.
Cool.
So today we had to go to Rollins and replace a couple locks on some bathroom doors at a little Family Dollar. And reason I'm bringing this up, so when you guys have doors that are split down the middle where your locks are at and stuff, and things are just kind of drilled out to a point you think your locks are busted or whatever, if your locks are fine, usually you just need to replace the door. And I know some people will sit there and they'll, cut out a square, put a new block in, and then like re-drill the holes and everything like that. It's best just to get a new door so it's nice and secure. But most time when you buy a new door, it comes with locks too, so you could always do that. But yeah, so if your door is all messed up, just replace the door. Because like the job we did today, they didn't want us to replace the door. And I mean, the locks are fine. We put new locks in, but that door's weak. But so yeah, that's just my advice on that. I'm gonna pause real quick. We're gonna take a commercial break while we finish the rest of these, and we'll kind of, once we get down to the last one, we'll show you and go over everything. But yeah, we'll be back. We're back. So we're down to the last one now. We've been dropping springs and top pins everywhere. We lost the top pin, had to replace it, which that happens sometimes. We hooked the lock. We put the deadbolt up on the vise so I don't sit here and hold it. It's a lot easier. Stays more steady. But it's putting the last top pin in now.
Okay. There you go. Oh, my knees.
And we got it in. So this is what it should look like. Kind of what I was talking about in the video yesterday. When you put your sleeve in, it's going to look like this. Why'd you knock all the pins out?
I didn't. You knocked them out.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's what it looks like. And so when we go to do this, when we go to push this back in, okay, you're going to take your cylinder with your key in it. You're not going to put it in straight up and down. You want to cockeye it a little bit. Turn it to the side, just because you want the outside of your cylinder is nice and flat and solid. So you just go and you ever so gently, same kind of the concept as you're pushing your cylinder in. You're kind of pushing on the sleeve a little bit to guide it in slowly so it doesn't slip out. Okay, sleeves all the way out. So now that you have your key in there, you can bring it up and it turns. So that's a good sign. As you have it up, kind of hold right up against your key there. You can pull your key out and the cylinder will stay in place. And then you're going to take, there it is. Back to that little tiny hole that's right there. You're going to take the spring that came out of it, drop that in there, and then you're going to take this guy. It's got a little divot on one end. That end goes down. So that end goes in first. Okay. And then you're going to take this guy. And on here, this outer ring here has a little divot in it. That little divot has to line up with that little tiny pin that you just put in. So just, whoop. Where's the tweezers? Tweezers work great, by the way, if you got thick fingers. And if you can hold stuff still long enough. Okay. Put that in. And you're going to take your tool that has the cap stuck on it. Slide that back down. Same reverse concept. You're going to push and turn it to the right. Righty tighty, lefty loosey. At least most of the time. Make sure it's on there nice and snug. And then as you go look at it, so I have it to where the cap is over that pin. So you can take your tool and just, you don't even really need to take a tool. You can kind of just turn it. Oh, you know what? I put that pin in upside down. I was wrong. That little pin, the little divot on the one end, that goes up. So yeah, on this guy, the divot, that goes up. Slide that in, grab this. Put my cap on. Now push and rotate. And I need it. Loosen it up just a tad bit because I over tightened it. There. Once you get back on, you should be able to try and twist that cap and it's not going to come off because that pin's in the way. So, yeah, and then you put your deadbolt back on to your door. So it looks like that. Usually slide this part in first and then put this on after and then put your screws in. So that's that. If you guys have any more questions, feel free to ask. We will find another lock and we'll do another lock. I would do a lock replacement. Maybe on the next lock replacement job we do, we'll do like a video in action kind of, I don't know what you want to call it, but like as we're doing the actual lock
Live
replacement.
commentary.
Yeah, it's easy. So that's why I don't feel like doing a video of it because it's like, I don't know, it feels pointless. But maybe on the next lock replacement that we do on a job, we'll I'll have him record, and I mean, and you just need a screwdriver is it. So, but yeah, again, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. Remember to like, follow, share, subscribe, hit the little notification bell, share with your family and friends. Go follow us on Facebook as well. But yeah, y'all have a good one. Stay warm and take care.